up from Alabama for a GM job in Pontiac. Bought a nitty-bitty house on a skinny city lot and dug a big old garden out back. Grew most of everything they needed and saved all the seeds and dried whatever they couldn't can. And Grandma sold nearly all their clothes out of stuff from the Sally Ann. Never bought it new if they could find it used or scavenge it for free. And whatever they had left over, they'd give to folks in need. Grandma made money baking fancy cakes for people on the other side of town. Grandpa bought an old car and an older one for parts and fixed it every time it broke down. And lard was their all-purpose seasoning for the gravy and the biscuits, grits and okra and turnip greens. Only work they knew was hard, only times they knew were tough. They never had a lot, but they always had enough. Well, the years went by, my grand folks died, and so much of what they knew got lost. And everything now seems built to break down, fixing it's twice the cost. And if you got a new car, you won't get far trying to be a troubleshooter. Just take a trip to the dealership and hook it up to a computer. Whose dreams are these anyway? We consumers are consumed. Why do we decorate our houses to look like hotel rooms? Hard as I try, I can't figure why folks admire obscene extravagance like Musk and Bezos, Trump and Gates, Kanye and the Kardashians. It's all about the game, according to the winners. And they got everything you want in warehouses called fulfillment centers. It's like there's some kind of hole we're trying to fill with all this stuff. We always have a lot, we never have enough. I heard about a man in a faraway land who made respectable folks aghast, steadily gathering an entourage of fishermen, prostitutes, and outcasts. Near as they could figure it, he was illegitimate. They say he was born in a stable. They say he made wine out of water one time and knocked over some bankers' tables. But it was like daring the authorities and clergy to do their worst when he said the first would be last and the last would be first. Don't give like the hypocrites and make a big show of it. Well, there was gathering more. And if you want to see heaven, sell your possessions, give what you got to the poor. And if you try to save your life, you'll surely lose it. Said the kingdom is inside you if you choose it. He and a dozen good buddies wandering around sleeping rough. They never had a lot, but they always had enough. They never had a lot, but they always had enough. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. It's such a joy to be here, and particularly to be here in such great company. This amazing human being on my right is Pamela Mae, and it's her first time at SERFA.
Wow, that's all I have to say. Wow. I get it now.
First time at any of these music conferences. I figured SERFA was a nice, easy introduction.
Who knew I only needed to sleep for 4 hours every night?
So Pamela is one of the wisest and bravest people I've ever met. And at the beginning of 2022, she quit a perfectly good job to become a folk musician and live in a van. And it's going all right so far.
Yeah, my office never looked like this.
We went through 38 states and 7 Canadian provinces last year, and we're going to be doing about the same this year. And along the way, we've been hawking this new record, Tangle of Souls. It came out in 2020, but you know, as you all know, strange time to be releasing a record. It was extra scary for me because it was the biggest thing I've ever done, owing in large measure to my long-running personal fascination with liner notes. The last time I was here at SERFA, I was hawking this guy. It's called Further Down the Line. This was really the point at which I had to admit to myself that this whole thing with liner notes was turning into something else. This one was 132 pages. I'm going to be in a little panel tomorrow on life in the post-CD world, and yeah.
In the postage CD world.
Yeah, postage. Anyway, I'm moving into the book business Because I figured if I got to follow this up, I just got to go further in the same direction. I just went full hymnal this time. Often mistaken for a Gideon's Bible, but these are just liner notes. Hey, there's a picture of you, Pamela.
Hey.
Of course, like any Gideon's Bible, it's got a nice little bookmark where you can keep your place. And almost as a bonus, a CD in the back. So we'll sing you a song from that. This is one I wrote for my family. I was born in Morgantown, West Virginia, and we got some love for West Virginia in the house. My people are actually Michiganders, but we were living in West Virginia when I was born, and my folks moved us up to Canada when I was young, but the rest of the family stayed stateside, and I get down to see them quite often. And in fact, I got to bring Pamela to meet him last fall, and of course I gave her the requisite prep talk just to let her know that there is a great diversity of political opinions.
We didn't wear our his and hers Bernie Sanders t-shirts to that visit. I make note of that.
We didn't. We got along just
some
fine.
things for another time.
Yeah, we don't always see eye to eye, but they're all real big-hearted people, and I love them dearly, and I wrote this song for them. I love this country. I love the people and the land, but there's a lot of stuff happening that I can't understand. We got billions for bailouts, we got trillions for wars, but it's hard for working people to make a living anymore. Hear me out for a second. This ain't a partisan song. It ain't about right and left. It's about right and wrong. We're fighting over the scraps while a few are living like kings. 'Cause screwing us over's a bipartisan thing, and it's working people who made this country great, not the greedy opportunists or the peddlers of hate. And if a new day's coming, it's gotta come from you and me. Oh, say, can you see? See, I got a neighbor, we don't always agree. He's a bit of a redneck, according to a hippie like me. But if you're in the ditch, he'll pull you out, I know he will. And that's more than I can say for all those dickheads on the hill. He works hard for his family, he's got loyalty and pride. The company took all he gave and then cast him aside. 'Cause there's profit in poverty, hell, there's profit in prisons. And they don't even pay taxes, they just buy politicians. But it's working people who made this country great, not the greedy opportunists or the peddlers of hate. And if a new day is coming, it's gotta come from you and me. Oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see? And in New York Harbor, there's a lady with a flame, still calling in the huddled masses in liberty's name. There's fear on the airwaves and hatred wrapped in the flag, turning strangers into enemies and our riches into rags. And a revolution to break the grip of greed don't need a strong man or a savior, but I believe we're gonna need whatever magic this old world's got left to start, and all the ammunition in the chambers of our hearts. It's working people who made this country great, not the greedy opportunists friends, we just got one last tune for you. Tomorrow night we'll be closing down the music my mother would not like room. At whatever time that is, 1 something.
An hour my mother would not like.
Yeah. And after that, we're going to Bluffton, South Carolina, and LaGrange, Georgia, and Bloomington and Indianapolis, and we're making our way over to the Kerrville Folk Festival. So we're super excited. It'll be Pamela's first time on the ranch too.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to it. I just got to say what an honor it is to be able to stand up here on the stage and sing these songs for you. There's been so much talent on the stage tonight, and even more talent out in the room here, and it's a real joy. So thank you. This guitar came from a timber, from the body of a tree, through the workshop of a luthier. Now it's on loan to me, and it's good company after dinner, and it fits my hands just fine. But someday another singer with a pair of hands like mine will coax out songs much prettier, still hiding in its strings, and sing stronger, braver words than I could ever sing. And folks are gonna love it, of this I'm almost sure. So I take good care of it, 'cause I'm borrowing it from her. Pass it along, pass it along. May it land in careful hands when we're gone. You carry it for a moment, but time won't loan it to you for long. You don't own it, pass it along. And I still love my country. Sometimes it's hard to recognize it, but I count myself lucky to have been born inside it. And I'm grateful for the rights others struggled hard to win. You can be sure I'm gonna fight when they try and take them back again. Oh, and everywhere are teachers, though some fell along the way. The words they said still reach us, just like you're teaching me here today. And it might not be out loud, but it's clear in what you do, and I hope to make you proud, 'cause I borrowed it from you. Pass it along, pass it along. May it land in careful hands when we're gone. You carry it for a moment, but time won't loan it to you for long. You don't own it, pass it along. Seems these days we're in a hurry to grab up all that's left to use, putting patents on discoveries, making seeds that don't reproduce. If our vision is so narrow, seeing only bought and sold, we'll end up like the pharaohs, buried with their gold. We've all pushed this thing along, we've all been guided by our fear, but the river sings a song we've gotta be quieter to hear. It's in every child's face, new and hopeful as a stem. Best be gentle with this place, 'cause we're borrowing it from them. Pass it along, pass it along. don't own it. Pass it along. Sing if you want. Pass it along. Pass it along. May it land in careful hands when we're gone. You carry it for a moment, but time won't own it to you for long. You don't own it. Pass it along. Thanks, y'all. Stay kind.